Hi G,
Good man, how you doing? You alright?
not too bad. Kidda.
Yeah, all good, man. Yeah, all good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you really well.
Good, that's
I'm
good.
glad that I can hear you well because every time
Yeah.
I'm doing a live, sometimes I can't hear the next person.
Can you hear yourself? Because I got you leaned on like a iPad stand.
No, I'm all good.
That's
I'm all
alright.
good.
That's alright.
How are you, man?
Yeah,
Congratulations on
no,
the
thank you,
track.
thank you. Yeah, no, thanks. Yeah, first track, it's been alright. Good response.
Good
Yeah,
response. Good response is an understatement.
yeah, yeah.
Everywhere,
Nice, good,
trending
well.
worldwide.
Yeah, yeah.
How are you feeling?
I feel quite overwhelmed. You know, like I've had a lot of support. You know, like I've had a lot of messages, man. It's been crazy. I'll be honest with you. I've had about, like, I'm used to getting about two direct messages about a remix. I do. Now I'm getting about I'm literally talking about thousands, like mentions in stories, comments, everything.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
it's like crazy. Yeah.
How has it been? Because obviously you used to be like a proper DJ, and then
Yeah,
going
yeah.
into music, producing music is something that you do anyway.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
this was for a proper track, and for a
Yeah.
track that was, for the go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what it is, like, I've been doing mixes for about the last 7 years. But during that time, I was doing production, so I was working on production. But I didn't feel like the time was right to release something in it. Like I thought, I keep like practicing, and then I did a few like like low key releases. So I did like a Dharmic album as well. I did
We had
that.
that.
Yeah. But in terms of the commercial scene, I thought, I did it like on. I thought this is the perfect opportunity, and it
Yeah.
just came out. And yeah, but that's I've been doing it for a while now, production. But yeah, I thought that this is the right time to take that step into like another field. So from DJing to production.
And this is crazy because you actually started with Diljit Dosanjh. Some people it takes years to get to Diljit, but you started with him. How did it come about? Like, did you know you were going to work with Diljit, or did he just call you up one day and he was like...
Yeah, so basically what it was, my beats, so I've been in touch with a few like people here and there. So like a few managers have been in touch with me. So obviously managers and people knew, but like not the public knew I was making beats. And through that, I'll be honest, I got in touch with like Diljits, like people he works with, like associate with, like in America kind of thing. And it was about like, I'll be honest, we've been in talks for a while, about a year. So I've been known for the last kind of year. But it was kind of on and off. He's been busy shooting films here and there. But then it was only recently, like the track came around so quick. And yeah, it was good, man. Yeah, I'll be honest with you.
Working on the title track. Did you know you were working on the title track, or did he not tell you that until later?
I found out like halfway through, I'll be honest with you. So the track came across, so I knew who the writer was. I knew it was Garen. So I knew it was a big project. But even then, like I didn't have any clue. And then like when the track was getting made, he's like, this is gonna be the title track.
Yeah.
Then there's a bit more pressure on me, yeah.
When you found out that it was gonna be the title track, itna koi pressure aa gaya siga?
Yeah. You know what it was like? The beat was already done, so it wasn't like much pressure because he liked the beat as it was.
Yeah.
But then when I found it was a title track, like it didn't sink in my head. Obviously, I'll be honest, I'm a nobody. Like, it's got, thank God, I've got like some sort of talent, people saying. But yeah, and then when I found out that, I was more humbled. But I thought, if it's Diljit, so obviously, people are gonna like it regardless. He's got a big fan base.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a bit of pressure, but it was all right.
And then you were also working with, of course, Garen with this track.
Yeah.
Aujla was on the lyrics, and he did a great job as well. But how was working with him? Were you were you in touch with him quite a lot as well?
Yeah. So basically, when I was obviously making the beat, so this guy, I'm telling you, is the most talented, one of the most talented people I've ever spoken to.
Yeah.
Now, the way how fast he comes up with lyrics as well, it's mental. But he's a proper cool guy, like proper humble. Same with Diljit Dosanjh, proper humble guys. Even though it's my first song, they didn't treat me like it was my first song.
Yeah.
They showed me, but the mutual respect was there. But yeah, it was good. He was, the track came around fast. So what it was, I sent him the beat, and he was like, "All right, this is where I'm gonna have the verse. This is where I'm gonna have the chorus." So let's go through WhatsApp calls. That was it. Yeah.
It was a bit hard because obviously it was the first project, commercial project for you. But then you couldn't actually even see or meet these people, so you were working more over digitally. Was that a bit of a restriction for you, or it was?
The only thing was it's the time difference. So obviously Karan was in America. Diljit Dosanjh was in America as well. So when he shot the video and everything, so it was going back and forth. It was I think it's like an 8-hour time difference.
Yeah.
The only part of the restriction was the time thing, but work's work. So if you got to get it done,
You were basically going to sleep at night when they were waking up.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like they were. I think they'd be awake when it's about 3 o'clock here. They'd wake up.
Yeah.
Then through the day. So it's more of a night. Like the whole thing is working through the nights. But yeah, it was worth it in the end.
And these artists, they don't get up early in the morning, so it's not like here 3 p.m. But yeah, let's get working.
Yeah. To be honest, they're both proper hard work. They they put a lot of hours in. You know what I mean? And even with them, I saw how much effort they put in. I was like, but yeah, kind of motivated me.
Did you feel quite motivated? Like, was it something that kind of kept you like, okay, I'm going right?
You know what it is? Because they work so fast. It taught me, like, you know what, you have to be, if you want to like make music, you have to work fast, man. Like, these are working so fast. They're sitting, like, I think Garen wrote the track in like less than a day. Like, it was done. He wrote the lyrics, and it was done. I was like, bloody hell, like, it's proper, like, fast. So it motivated me to work. I was like, if these I can work like that, I can work like that as well. So yeah, that was really.
What was their reaction? Did they get on the phone like when the track actually popped off? Because I mean, there was a lot of like expectations from the tracks anyway, and the album because it had 16 tracks on the album. Very, very rare. But like when the track actually popped off, and like I think it was out like a couple of hours before the album was actually like played first time. Like, what was their reaction? Did they call you up that the track is popping off and like?
Yeah, it's all through WhatsApp. So they both congratulated. They said it's your first release. We had, like, I'll be honest, I think we knew like there's something special about the track. Well, I did anyway, because I thought it was catchy. I don't know about you, it's catchy. It's a catchy song. So we knew it was going to be special, especially the title track, because Baji's been like hyping this album quite a lot. So when knowing that this was the title track, I think we had like a bit of an expectation that it would do well. But yeah, it was all good. We were like really happy with the response.
That's amazing. And so obviously your first track has gone amazingly well. What has been the rest of the reaction from like the rest of the industry? Because I know you're working with a couple of other artists anyway, so it's nothing like the industry isn't something new to you either. But at the same time, like, what was their reaction? Have you had like more calls and like are people getting in touch with you more? Yeah, so
like since this, I'll be honest, I've had like about literally 30 to 40 artists message me. Some newcomers, and they've got some like well-known names as well. So they just opened a lot of doors, to make more music. But yeah, they've had a good response. So even before this track, I was working with some names already. But I've got a few like friends in the industry as it is. So I'm working with them. I'll give you an example, like G.O.A.T.
Yeah.
I'm quite close to him. We're working on something. We've been working on it for a while. That should be out soon as well.
Yeah.
But even them, they're like really happy because they've seen me like people like Garen, I'll give you a few examples like Manny, Sandy, Frenzy. They've seen me, like when I was younger, and they've seen like me grow up to reach where I am now. And yeah, I think they're like they've been really supportive as well.
That's so good. I'm like, because UK music was kind of like dying down for a bit. Like, we weren't hearing much production. I mean, there was Manny and there was the odd few, we had like, we still have to school here. But even then, like, Canada has kind of just grabbed like the whole attention. So now we're having like some, Bangla music, some of the UK music coming back in. How are you feeling about that? Like, do you feel like, it was kind of gone and it's kind of coming back now?
In terms of the UK?
Yeah.
You know what, the UK, I think, like, it's, I think slowly it's been a bit, been a bit quiet. There's been a few names, I'll be honest, like True School, Chaos Productions, I'm big fans of them. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I enjoy their music. They make this whole thing. I think I found out about Diljit through that album Back to Basics. I was a massive fan of that. Yeah. So then since then that's like what kind of motivated me as well. Manny's like killing it. But in terms of there's a lot of new producers on, like, even now I know a lot of new producers. But I think maybe in the next year it will pick up again. I genuinely think so.
Yeah,
it's been a bit quiet recently, but that's what it is. It's like, I'll be honest, I've set up a label now. It's called GFunk Music. So what it is, I'm going to be producing my own like content on there. So with new singers, new writers. So even if anyone's watching this now, if you've got any if you think you've got any ideas, then you just hit me up with a DM and we can work on something. But yeah, that's it. So I'm trying to get a lot of content out, push the UK scene, and that's it. Yeah, that's amazing.
That's amazing. Yeah. So can you terms of you, like, what have you studied? Like, did you go uni and that, and then you start doing this, or you were just like, okay?
So you know what? I'll be honest with you. So I was like, I did a lot of I went to like grammar school. You know what I mean? I did like education. I did my A levels, and I went to Aston. So I was doing like engineering there, like mechanical engineering kind of thing. Yeah. So I did that for like 1 year. But you know what it was? If I'm honest with you, I didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would. You know what I mean? Because I've always had this passion for music. So then after that, I did my first year and I was like, it's not for me. You know what I mean? I don't want to be doing something for the rest of my life where I'm not enjoying it. You know what I mean? It's not even about money. Like even with music, I've got passion for it. So then after that, I'm doing a music production degree now somewhere else. But yeah. So
really good. You are still studying at the moment as well?
Yeah. So I'm studying music production degree, so music production. So like it includes sound engineering, like mixing and mastering my own stuff.
That's
so,
really good.
Yeah.
And like, have you been like, performing, like, there's like live sets that in clubs and like parties? Do you do that as well?
Yeah, here and there I do. You know what? I'm more focused on like even like my remixes. They're all like production based, so I'm using a laptop. But I've done the odd gig here and there. But that's something I do want to like go into as well in terms of like more of the shows, like like gigs. I think like sets. I think it'll be alright.
Yeah. You're quite young in the industry, and then you see like all the other. I mean, music producers are quite young anyway, but like, there's not that many young music producers out here at the moment. So being the youngest, I believe, how does it feel? Like, is there that feeling that you're like quite, because Iquinder Singh in India, he's also quite young. He has done his studies, and I think he's studying at the moment as well.
I think he's a year younger than me. Yeah, he's quite young. You got the kid as well,
Yeah, the kid is quite young as well. So everybody's quite young. Is it because is it just because you have like more raw talent? Is it something like that?
You know what it is? I think there's like a new sound now. I don't know if even if in India you can tell there's like a certain sound that people hear. Like this hip hop thing and trap. I think Snappy, I think he kind of changed the industry.
Yeah,
Snappy, put all this
around 3 years back.
Yeah. And since then, like I think you can tell the sounds changed. And I've been influenced by Snappy quite a lot. Even when I think you'll like hear some of my stuff and you'll be able to tell. But I think because it's a new generation now, I think it's just.
I mean, like the new generation has like this completely different kind of vision of like Punjabi music as well. Like, we're just listening to music that's completely different to what it was like back in the days. So do you think like this track Go, it was like it had a bit of everything. Do you think we're gonna be hearing more like hip hop, or is that what's gonna kind of just start
from myself?
Yeah.
From myself, you know what? I'm gonna try and get like quite a few like different routes. You know what I mean? So I've got it's a lot of hip hop, trap, but it's still gonna have that desi kind of element into it as well. Like, you know what it is? I think recently there's not been. If you go like on the to weddings and stuff. Or even there's no dawling like songs anymore. I don't know if you realize that. Like a lot of the songs, it's just like drums and that's it. There's not a lot of percussion, so I'm gonna try and bring that back. Even with this, like it's a proper Bhangra song. Go as well, even though it's got the hip hop in there. So I'm gonna try and incorporate a lot of that kind of like those elements in there as well.
Your family, were they happy when they heard the track? Did they hear the track before? Did they know you were working with something, or was it just?
You know what it was? Yeah, so I've been like I said, I've been speaking to him quite for a bit. I told them, and they're like, "Oh, he's just talking nonsense." They didn't expect it. You know what I mean? Obviously, because it's my first release, they were like, "Oh, yeah, he's just." I think as soon as I had the vocals, even when I had the vocals, they didn't believe me. They're like, "Oh, And then when literally about a week ago, when he put it on so he put the story on a post and it had my name, Karan, Aujla, and GFunk. I think after that they were like, "All right, fair enough." Like,
Were they quite proud?
Yeah, they're quite proud. I'll be honest with you. I was a bit shocked how proud they were. But yeah, they're proper happy for me. So I was,
being in the creative industry, and I think like every young artist, whether that's in the UK or whether that's somewhere else, they've all said like it's a bit hard to go into the creative industry, whether that's music, entertainment, anything to do with it. Was your family always quite supportive of you, like even dropping engineering and then going into music production?
You know what it is? So like first, I'll be honest with you, they weren't exactly the most keen on the idea.
Yeah,
and it's like even like. Obviously, I think most Afghan parents, they're not, this. But touch wood, they've been really supportive. Like they said, you know what, if you genuinely got interest in music and you can make it work, then just try it. So I was quite lucky like that. My family supported me quite a lot.
That's good. I think it's about showing it to them as well. Like now they've probably
Yeah.
seen that and they're like probably understanding that, you know, he is going somewhere with it.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's like, you know, they've been receiving quite a lot, you know, messages from family, friends. So I think they're a bit proud now. So hopefully I'll keep it up. That's my main, you know, I make my family proud. That's my main.
Are you working back to back now? So like, are you still like working, and then are they seeing you work like quite a lot?
Yeah, you know what it is like. So I've got my own like kind of studio room. Because I'm in there quite a lot. I think they're seeing, you know, like I'm in there like the majority of the day. I'm sitting in there making music. So I think because they can see I'm putting like the hard work in, and they're seeing all these like other artists. You know, I've even had a few artists come here. There's a new, I was quickly mentioning this. There's a new guy in this film. His name's Raf Saperra.
Yeah.
He's a sick vocalist, man. He's like a folk kind of vocalist. So I'm working with him. So this is an exclusive. Yeah, I thought I'd give you an exclusive.
Yeah. Because I saw it on his story as well.
Yeah. So I'm doing his debut track.
Okay.
And that's something like got like a lot of faith in that song.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
When can we expect that?
I can't put a date on it, but it's very soon, very, very soon. We're literally just waiting on shooting something, the video. But that's gonna come soon.
I'm not gonna like put it out here, but I have heard who are you gonna be working with in the upcoming couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Are you gonna mention a couple of names, or should I just keep it low key yet?
There's someone big. There's someone really, really big. He's just waiting to shoot the video to that. I don't want to say too much about that guy, but so like I said, I'm working with Raf, Diljit. There's something coming there. And there's a lot more like new stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Like a lot.
You're working on some massive projects, and I can guarantee everybody, I think probably watching, that there is some massive stuff coming out.
100%.
Watch out.
Yeah, hopefully people like it. That's the main thing.
Yeah. What's your inspiration? Like, you know, where did you get the inspiration? Who have you been like, you know, kind of listening to, and like, who have you like grown up listening to? So like,
when I was younger, I'll be honest with you, like I was a massive fan of Jazzy B.
Yeah.
Like, more of his, you know, like the Romeo album. So, you know,
a long time ago.
Yeah, it's about 2004 that came out. And then through that, you know, then it kind of went, you know, like the whole True School, Money, Sandy kind of flex that went on. You know, these, like, to me, you know, like, even like I said, that Back to Basics album, that was like proper, like, the songs on there, like, you know, Junni, that's, you know, that proper got me into Diljit. But it's weird because I only listen to Punjabi music. I've got, like, no, like, clue about this whole English industry.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the most funniest things. So whenever I come into the studio, I always say, like, I don't know any like English artists. The only one I probably know is like Drake. So is that something I should be worried about?
Yeah, I don't even know. I can't even name half of his songs, I'll be honest with you.
At least there's so many hours on the same page. But has it, like, you know, has there been, like, you know, your friends, has it been like a kind of barrier? Because in the UK, like, if you don't listen to like from a personal experience, if you don't listen to English music, it's a bit of like, you know, what but has it been something like that for you as well? Your friends also listen to Punjabi?
Majority of my friends are all listen to Punjabi music, so I've not got too much to worry about there. You know, even like when I'm making music, they give their opinion, so it helps quite a lot, you know what I mean?
That's good.
We listen to that. And yeah, that's it, because they listen to it, then it, you know, motivates me more, you know.
Yeah, that's so good. So what's coming next? Like, so you said your new track with Raf is coming next. Yeah. And
that's
then the track with G.O.A.T is coming next as well. Anything else we should be expecting? Is it quite soon? We're expecting some of these big projects as well.
There's some, so you know what it is? I've got this label thing coming out, and I'm going to be pushing a lot of music on that. Like, when I say a lot, like a lot. So that's going to be new artists. And with that as well, you're going to hear a lot of my, I think with the next few releases, you'll realize like my kind of sound. So, you know, I've like produced a certain type of sound, you know, you can tell what a Manny Sandy song is, you can tell what True School, like they have their own kind of vibe. So I think soon people will like, you know, like this is a GFunk kind of sound. That's my main aim anyway. But I'll be, you know, you'll be hearing a lot. So I think the Raf one might be next. I think it is next. So watch out for that one. That one's even visually, visually as well, like for the video, we're planning something really big. So, you know, hopefully like people like that. But he's proper, you know, if you're not following him, so check him out. Like he's
he's amazing. I've heard him and they're like
he's sick.
He's amazing.
Amazing.
In terms of just like, you know, like, you know, you and like, you know, what you do, is there anything else you like doing apart from music? Like, do you have time for anything else?
You know what? I used to like to be a bit more like sporty before. When I was younger, I think over time it's become lazy and sitting in the studio half the time. But I do need to get some more, you know, more hobbies. But you know, like meeting my friends and stuff, you know, friends, family. That's like what I normally do.
This lockdown thing has turned out to be quite good for you, I guess.
That's, you know what? I've probably done about 5 songs in this lockdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all. If it wasn't for this lockdown, I probably would have been like, you know, a bit behind. But the whole lockdown things, I've completed about 5 songs. So it's worked out good for us.
That's really good.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, working from the UK, and then like, you know, there's always this like language barrier as well. Thankfully, I think you know how to speak Punjabi as well. But like, you know, working with artists in Punjab that don't know any English at all, or like, you know, very like, you know, moderate amount of English. Has it been a barrier, or music just lets you roll?
You know what it is? You know, the artists from there, they're quite screwed on, you know. They know a lot, like, even the whole, like, culture thing as well. You know, if you even listen to, like, Sidhu's lyrics, or even, like, Garen, they're born in India. Yeah. And even their lyrics, they talk, you know, like, they mention a lot of English words. So, you know, these, like, artists from Punjab, they're using a lot of, because they study that, you know, like, when they're writing lyrics as well.
Yeah.
They're looking what, you know, what's in, like, you know, the whole, like, English market as well. So, like, if anything, it's quite easy. It's not, I don't think it's, you know, they know, like, I think they like English pretty good as well. But yeah, obviously I speak Punjabi to them as well. But I don't think it's been an issue, to be honest.
Yeah, and like, you know, Sidhu and Karan have like really good English because they like, you know, born and bred like kind of in Punjab, but then they moved out of the country. And so like, so it hasn't been something that's like kind of.
You know what? I was surprised as well. You know, these like guys from Punjab, they know a lot of English. I think they're getting taught it down there in their school, like, you know, when they're studying. I think a lot of them study English, like in their unis and stuff. But yeah, it's not been a problem at all. You know what I mean? And even it's weird because, you know, like even when I'm getting DMs now from artists, they're speaking in English. They're not even messing with
a bit weird. Like, you know, I just expect them to speak in Punjabi. So I reply in Punjabi and then I feel like I'm a Desi.
Yeah. But that's like, I try and do that as well. So you want to message artists, I'm trying to message in Punjabi, and they're messaging back in English. I'm like, fair enough, all right. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now it's good. I think it helps us a lot as well. Because, you know, like even now, they're trying to use English words. You know, like people here, I think they think it's more, you know, especially like students and stuff in this country, they're liking that kind of, because they can relate to it more. You know, like maybe about 10 years ago, there was no like English words in Punjabi songs. You know,
after it's popping up on charts and stuff quite a lot as well, because there's a lot more English.
It's like even like AP Dillon, you know, like half his songs now, Aujla, Sidhu, they're all in English. They got English names.
Yeah.
You know, it appeals more to this, like, you know, market. So I think it works out. Yeah, I think the game's completely changed now from a few years.
Yeah, the game has definitely changed from the past, like what, 3 years even, I should say. Like,
100%.
Something different.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a lot more from you, and I hope that I hear a lot more. Anything you want to say to everybody watching, and you know, just.
Yeah. No, thank you a lot, man. You know what I mean? Like for my debut track, I've had so much support, you know, friends, family, even like people like following me. I've had people from, you know, like people from like Dubai, Kenya, even Australia messaging me. So it's been crazy, you know what I mean? My following's gone up, you know. I've been getting a lot of messages, but I just want to thank everyone. And yeah, there's a lot more to come.
Yeah, I really hope this works out really well, and I hope every single track that you do is like the track Go. And just keep going, man. And I'm excited.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Now you'll be hearing a lot more really soon. You know, I'm not gonna. There's a lot of music coming out. So I'm not, you know what I mean? I think the main thing is to keep consistent in this industry, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think music lasts that long, you know, even like with songs as well. I think it only lasts about 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks.
Like, even to maybe maximum a month, 2 months, and that's it. So that's what I'm going to try and aim to keep releasing stuff.
That's
like,
really
to a good standard anyway.
So I'm expecting the track with Raf next. And thank you so much. I know you're quite busy right now as well. So thank you for joining us in the live.
No, thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it was lovely talking to you.
No, thank you.
All right, you take care.
All right, thanks.
All
right, see you later.
Bye.
Bye.